We're doing a July reading recap today. We read 12 books in July. Y'all, that's crazy. That's crazy. My biggest reading month was March with 13 books. But I think this is the second one. I think 13 then 11. I think that's because the rest of them I would read like 9 or 10, I think. So yeah, this is one of our biggest reading months. And honestly, it's because I read the Shatter Me series. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I read Shatter Me and that was most of the books in July because there's, what, 6 books, I think? A lot of the books I read on Kindle though, so they'll probably pop up somewhere here or here. So as you know, I went to London and Paris this July, which was so fun. It was, oh my gosh, literally like the best time ever. I did make vlogs, so go back and look at the past 2 weeks because those are when the vlogs have been posted. And that was really fun, and I read 2 books while on the trip because I reread Better Than the Movies, but I'm not going to count that. By the way, there's a tropical storm going on outside my window at the moment. So like lighting might change a little from like this way because I have a light in front of me, but that is a window right there. So it might change a little. And we're wearing Niall Horan merch because, but you know what I want right now? I really, really, really want the Comfort hoodies and stuff. Have you seen Comfort on TikTok? Because they're like weighted sweatsuits and I want one so bad. But like, they're kind of expensive. I know they're on sale right now, so they're like $40, but still, it's kind of expensive. And I've spent all my money on books right now because London, I bought so many books. But anyways, we started off July by reading Powerful, and basically, this book is about Adina. Adina is Peyton's best friend from Powerless. If you guys have read Powerless, this is Adina's point of view. It takes place during the whole purging trials. So Adina basically has to learn how to fend for herself on the streets of Loot because Peyton got chosen to go into the purging trials. And so when Adina is just trying to live for herself, she doesn't have much money, she's a seamstress, she ends up trying to steal something. It doesn't go very well. She ends up being chased down by one of the guards. I'm not sure what they're called in this world. I forget what they're called. But Mac, the love interest, ends up coming to her rescue and saving her from this guard. Oh my gosh. And so, sorry, I love Mac so much. They are both just so cute together, but we'll talk about that more in a second. Mac and Adina get to know each other and they end up pairing up to see their loved ones right before they go into the trials. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, so I gave this book a 5 stars because everything that Lauren Roberts writes is just so good. Her fantasy books are really, really, really good. Highly recommend if you haven't read Powerless yet. Basically, I just love Mac and Adina and I thought they were so cute. I think they deserve their whole book. I'm so sad that it was only a novella. Oh, I love Mac and Adina so much. This book broke my heart. Like, I sobbed at this book. I sobbed to the point where I was gasping for air. I have reread the ending of this book twice now, and each time I reread it, I just end up crying harder and harder and harder. Like, Lauren Roberts, she's such an amazing writer, and the way that she writes losing a loved one is like, oh, it just like hurts your heart. And like, her writing skills are so good that you end up feeling like you're friends with the characters in the book. So when you're feeling like that and one of the characters dies, you hurt. Like, it's so sad. And I didn't cry when she died in Powerless because I was like, okay, well. And honestly, I didn't really care much for Peyton because I liked Kai better. But when I had to read Mac's point of view of Adina dying in the trials, I cannot even explain to you how I was like, I was feeling so awful. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, it was so sad. So sad. But like, this book was honestly a roller coaster of emotions because when they're first getting to know each other. It's so cute. Adina is literally like the sweetest person ever. She's adorable. I aspire to be like her. She's so cute. And when she meets Max, she's just so over the moon about finding another person. And the way that she cares for Peyton is adorable, and she just has such a big heart, and the fact that she died is so sad. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I'm in love with Mac, but Adina and Mac deserve to be together. I cannot wait to see what happens with the whole Mac situation, because I know he's coming back in Fearless, which is the last book of the trilogy. And I cannot wait to see how that whole thing plays out. So yeah, 5 stars. Highly recommend. Please read the Powerless trilogy. And that brings me to my next book. The next book I read was Reckless by Lauren Roberts. This is the second book in the Powerless trilogy. Okay. After Peyton survived the purging trials, she like kickstarted this whole resistance thing against the king of Ilya because he's kind of evil. When she does that, she has to start running from the enforcer, who just so happens to be Kai Azar. I'm in love with him, so. And Kai is loyal to his new king, who happens to be his brother, Kit. I hate Kit so much. I know a lot of you are like Kit stans. No. Oh my gosh, Kit is so awful. After Kai like does this whole like journey to get to Peyton, he ends up having to pursue the one person he didn't want to. And the whole thing comes down to a battle between duty and desire. And the ending is crazy. So I gave this book a 5 stars. I thought it was really good. I know there's a lot of mixed opinions because a lot of people are like, it was a filler book, but like also it's the second book in a trilogy. Lauren Roberts did warn us that it's going to be a filler book. But I loved this because it was so satisfying as somebody who's already read Powerless, and the fact that they didn't kiss at all in Powerless is crazy because there was so much tension and there was so much banter for nothing to happen. And so this book was like, it fixed all of that. It was so satisfying. It was amazing. The banter and the tension is still there, and it's so cute, and like, it was just like the most, like, it was like, yes, everything is fixed. Then you get to the last few pages, and you're like, oh, look at this, it's Kit again, because you get his POV in this stupid book. So yeah, we see Kit again, and then he does some crap, and he makes everybody angry, and now I hate him even more than I did before. But 5 stars. Again, totally recommend reading the Powerless trilogy if you haven't, but if you're the kind of person who's like me and kind of goes insane after reading something that leaves on a giant cliffhanger, I personally would wait until the last book comes out in April of next year to read this trilogy, because the way that the second book ends, you're going to want to like, you're gonna want to die. Like, that was, the way that it ended actually made me physically insane. I was like, what just happened? So either wait till Fearless comes out in April, or just stop reading like 3 pages before the end of the book and you'll be perfect. So yeah, that's what I would recommend. But overall, Lauren Roberts is a great writer. I don't know why so many people are hating on Reckless, because it was actually really good and I really liked it. One of my favorite reads of the month, except for one, which is all the way up here. It's so good, but we'll get to that. Third book I read on Kindle, and it is The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. The cheat sheet is about Bree Camden, who is like in love with her best friend Nathan Donaldson. They've been best friends since high school. He is also the star quarterback of a team. I don't know what the team is now. I think it's like the Sharks or something. It's some made-up team, but he's the star quarterback of it. So it is a sports romance, and it's really good. The first sports romance I've ever read, by the way. But she refuses to admit it or tell him how she's feeling, because obviously she doesn't think he feels the same way about her. So it turns out that they're gonna have to start fake dating as a publicity stunt for 3 weeks up until the Super Bowl. And some feelings come out. That's all I'm gonna say. So this book was so cute. It was honestly one of the cutest romance books that I've read, other than any of Lynn Painter's books. Nothing matches her. But, oh my gosh, I just inhaled and like choked. But yeah, it was so cute. And I love that Sarah Adams, it's an adult book, but it is clean. There's nothing in it. It's closed door. It's 100% clean. So that was amazing. I'm so glad that it is because it's so cute. Sarah Adams, she does have books out now, like newer ones that aren't clean. So if you're a no spice reader like I am, before you read any of Sarah Adams' books, make sure to look up if it's clean or not, because I know some of them aren't. And I figured out that I am, like, fake dating is my favorite trope, which I never thought it would be because of the whole, like, To All the Boys I Loved Before. I watched that movie and I hated the fact that they were fake dating. I didn't think I would like fake dating that much, but I love it. It is, especially in the cheat sheet, the way that she wrote the fake dating trope was so good. Like, and they were, I think the reason I like fake dating, if I'm being completely honest, is because they're happy, like, the whole time. Because they're fake dating, but they're actually both in love with each other. So yeah, and we do get both, we get dual POVs, so we also get, what's his name? We get Nathan's POV and we get Bree's POV, and I am a sucker for the guy's POV. I could read an entire book in the guy's POV. It's just, I love it so much because he's always so obsessed with the girl and it's like so cute. Yeah, I just ate it up. I read it in less than 12 hours. Honestly, I don't know how long it took me to read it, but I started it Sunday morning and I finished it maybe at 5. I don't really know, but it was really, really, really good. And Nathan is adorable, and I love his relationship with Bree, and I love his relationship with his teammates. He's just so cute, and he's like perfect. Book number 4 is the one I'm most excited for because, oh my gosh. Y'all. Okay, I'm just gonna say it and then I'll explain my feelings about it afterward. It's my most perfect read of the entire year so far. I loved it so much. Okay, so I read Nothing Like the Movies by Lynn Painter. I gave it 10 out of 5 stars because it was so perfect, so amazing, so good. So I'm gonna try to make a little summary of it, but obviously can't say too much because it is an arc. I basically just like read the blurb off of Goodreads, and that's what this says. Wes and Liz are struggling to balance their feelings for each other on top of the growing pains of moving to college in California. And so right as they were about to start off their freshman year together, tragedy strikes. And Wes has to deal with the fallout, and he ends up losing Liz in the process. But now he's back at UCLA, and he is determined to get Liz back. He will do everything in his power to get her back, to win her over, to make her fall in love with him again. And I know this sounds scary because you're like, wait, what? They broke up? Like, Wes has to win Liz back? Before I go into my review, I just want to say, I was lucky enough to receive the digital arc of this book. And that is so amazing. Literally a dream come true. It's been one of my goals to get an arc, and even though it's a digital arc, I'm still shooting to get one of the physical arcs because that would just be so amazing. But yeah, I was lucky enough to get the digital arc, and I am so grateful that I got to read this book early. Like, if y'all didn't know from some of my past videos and past shorts, Lynn Painter is my all-time favorite author ever. I read Better Than the Movies by her. It was my first romance book that I read, first book by Lynn Painter that I read, and it honestly changed the entire reading game for me. Like, everything changed. Every single one of my books has been compared to her books because the way that she writes romance books is just unmatched. Like, nobody else does it like Lynn Painter. And so when I got the arc, I posted about it on my Instagram, obviously, because that's what the arc is for. You're supposed to post about it, review about it. So that's what I was doing. And I posted a story about it, and Lynn Painter reached out to me while I was reading the book, and I don't think y'all understand. I don't think she even understands how big a deal that was to me. I was ecstatic because, like, even though to her it's just like she's reaching out to somebody who's reading her book, she is, like, amazing, and I don't, like, nobody understands how happy that made me. I was dying inside. I was, like, hyperventilating. I was like, there's no way Lynn Painter just DM'd me. Like, that's so crazy. She knows who I am. That's so weird. Like, so yeah, I just want to say thank you to Lynn Painter because I love her so much. She's my favorite author, and I can't wait for Nothing Like the Movies to come out because even though I didn't get the physical arc, I will be buying the book as soon as it comes out. I just love her so much. Oh my gosh. Anyways, on to the review about Nothing Like the Movies. I can't say too much about it because I don't want to get sued, but I just like, oh my gosh. It was so good. It was actually perfection. It was perfection in a book. It was so good. I personally think that it is her best young adult book that she has written. I haven't read her adult books because I don't read smut. Wes and Liz are now my new comfort couple. I don't know if I've said this, but Betting on You is actually my favorite Lynn Painter book. It's not better than the movies, even though that is a very close second. Betting on You is my comfort couple. I listen to the audiobook literally every night. I'm pretty sure I have that book memorized by now. But Wes and Liz in Nothing Like the Movies specifically are now my new comfort couple. Nothing Like the Movies is my new comfort book, and I'm telling you right now, once that audiobook comes out, it will be replacing Betting on You. So yeah, I don't understand how Lynn Painter never fails when she writes a book, because every single one of her books has been amazing. Like so good. And I don't know how she does it, but honestly, if I end up writing a book, Lynn Painter will be my inspiration because she's just so good. And I know that the blurb of the book sounds scary because they broke up. Wes has to win Liz back, and it's been a long time, and he has to make her fall back in love with her. But I'm telling you, you guys, it was amazing. Like, it's so good. There's nothing to be scared about, except the prologue is a little scary, but that's okay. It was so good. Oh my gosh. And yes, I was devastated that it was the last Wes and Liz book. I was so sad. Once I finished it, I was like, I'm never gonna read about Wes and Liz for the first time ever again. But I do know that Lynn Painter will be putting out bonus scenes. I'm hoping, at least. I'm like praying that she'll put out some bonus scenes, especially Wes's first kiss with Liz from Better Than the Movies. That hasn't been out yet, and I need it to be out. But it was so good. Like, yes, it's devastating that it's the last book, but they also got their perfect happy ending, and it's just so good. Like, oh my gosh. And the fact that we have Wes's POV too, and Nothing Like the Movie is like, oh my gosh. Everything about it was so good. And there will be a reading vlog coming out after the book is out because I say spoilers in my reading vlog. So that can't come out yet. So stay tuned for October because the Nothing Like the Movies reading vlog will be coming out then. So yeah, that's my spiel about Nothing Like the Movies. I had to give it a lot of airtime because it was so good. And Lynn Painter is like my favorite person ever right now. And she just is so amazing, and I love her so much. So yeah. I hope I get to meet her one day, honestly. Like, I know she's doing a tour for Nothing Like the Movies, and I really hope that I can go see her. Oh my gosh. So Lynn Painter, you're probably not watching this, but if you are, I love you so much, and thank you for writing your books. Book number 5 of... What am I saying? I got so messed up with Lynn Painter because she's amazing. Okay. Book number 5 of July is Picking Daisies on Sunday by Leanna... I think it's Leanna Sincati. I'm not completely sure how to say it, but I tabbed this book, and honestly the tabs were so cute. The colors I picked out were adorable. But in Picking Daisies on Sunday, Danny is our main character, and she agrees to fake date her old best friend, what's his name, Levi, and they haven't seen each other in 4 years because she is hopelessly in love with him. All that she's wanted in life is love, and she just wasn't expecting to find that in her best friend. So after they graduated, she decided to put some distance in between them. She went away to college, he went away to college. They hadn't seen each other in 4 years when he shows up at this bar, and she agrees to fake dating him for his sister's wedding. And now all that she can think of is that she probably should have said no to protect her heart for a second time because she does not think that Levi likes her back. So I gave this book 3.5 stars. It was super cute. It's a short book. It's like 230 pages, I believe. No, 305. There's 305 pages in here. It was a super cute, fluffy, fast-paced romance. It was cute. The trope was a lot like the cheat sheet in just like a not as good way, because in the cheat sheet, obviously they were best friends in high school, and then they ended up going away to college, so they hadn't seen each other in a long time, but then they were best friends again. And that's kind of what happens here. They were best friends in high school, then they went away to college, but for a different reason than the cheat sheet, and then they meet back up and they start fake dating. And honestly, I didn't enjoy this fake dating as much as the other one. I think it's because we only got the girl's POV. We didn't get any of Levi's POV, and I really would have enjoyed that. I think that would have made it a higher star for me, but the only thing is I didn't love the main character because she felt very problematic. Anytime Levi did something that would like seem like he likes her, she'd make up a reason for it not to be that way. And I get it, like a lot of people do that. I do that with some people. But like they kissed twice with no one around, and she blamed it on the fake dating. And I'm like, well, if fake dating is in front of people and you're kissing in front of no one, how does that equal fake dating? I was just like, she just seemed very problematic, and I wasn't for it. I didn't really like that part of it, but I loved the ending. It was really cute, and they did end up getting together, obviously. It's a clean book, it's YA, it's cute. I just really would have loved Levi's point of view. That would have made it 100 times better. Ugh, okay. And then I read the Shatter Me series. So I read Shatter Me by Tahara Mafi. This was book number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 of July. And overall, I gave the series a 3.5 stars. I just recorded a video actually of explaining my thoughts on the Shatter Me series, so that should be posted by the time you're seeing this video. So if you want to know my further thoughts on the series, go watch that. Basically, it just felt overhyped on TikTok. I went into it with too high of expectations. Didn't love it. I rated 1 star I rated one book 5 stars in the entire series. But Aaron and Juliet were really cute. I'm not really gonna summarize it since it's the whole series, but basically this girl, Juliet, has a lethal touch, and so she can't really touch anybody, but then she learns how to control her powers and stuff, and then she keeps getting taken and they have to keep rescuing her. That's basically all you need to know about the series. And then there's Aaron, but he's amazing, so. Anyways, moving on from the Shatter Me series, because I literally just finished talking about that series and I don't feel like talking about it again. Book number 12 of July. 12 books is crazy. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Okay. Book number 12 is The Off Limits Rule by Sarah Adams. This was the second Sarah Adams book that I had read. It was actually recommended to me by somebody on my Instagram, so I don't know if she is on my YouTube as well, but Cameron, if you're watching, thank you for recommending this. It was very good. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, but basically, Lucy has hit rock bottom. Lucy is our main character. She moved away to Atlanta, I think. She moved away to Atlanta when she had her son, Levi, and then she is broke now, and so she had to move back to Nashville where her family lives, and she moved in with her older brother, and so far it's been going well. Her and her brother are super close, so they've been having a good time living together until she meets Cooper. Cooper is her brother's best friend. Cooper is her brother's best friend, and for some reason, her brother will not let them date. He wants Lucy to stay as far away from Cooper as she can. He warns her that Cooper is everything that Lucy should stay away from. And while Lucy knows that she probably should stay away from Cooper because she has a child, who's she kidding? She's not going to. She obviously has feelings for him. So yeah, that's basically what happens in this book. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was really cute. It's cute, fast-paced. All of Sarah Adams' books are very fast-paced. This one was around 290 pages, I think. I read it on Kindle. It was cute. It was a good way to end the month, and especially after I read the Shatter Me series, I was convinced I was going into a reading slump, so I definitely needed a fun, fluffy, cute little romance. This one is also clean. so that's great. And I was a little bit skeptical going into the book because right at the beginning, like in the blurb, it doesn't tell you that she has a kid. But like when you read the book, you're like, wait, who's this Levi kid? And then she's like, oh yeah, my 4-year-old son. And you're like, whoa, what? So I was a bit skeptical about that, but it was just so good. And Cooper's relationship with her son is so adorable, and it's just all so cute. So yeah, it was really cute, and I liked it, and it was a great way to end July, end the month. I did end up reading Imagine Me and The Off Limits Rule in the same day. So I read 2 whole books in one day. So that felt really accomplishing, actually. I was exhausted the next morning, but that's besides the point. These are all the books I read in July. Of course, some of them are on Kindle, so yeah. I'm going to end up buying the cheat sheet at some point. I just don't know when. Fun reading month, and I liked it, except for the Shatter Me series. I could have done without that. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and make sure to like and subscribe and go follow my social medias because I post a bunch of book reviews on there, and I post a book review every single time I finish a book. Have the best day ever. I love you guys so much, and go read some more books.